The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
It is a tale as old as time. Very Dickensian in that way, and we're seeing it here in Losers Semifinals. It is Cards of the Heart, it's FFR Pro 21, it's Tetris Attack. Yeah, buddy. Hello, and welcome back to Puzzle Games. I am the Beefin314. You are watching the 2025 Tetris Attack World Championship, presented by the League of Puzzle Speedrunners. Yeah, and we've got some great action for you today. This is Losers Semifinals. This is pretty early, you know? Usually we see these guys in Losers Finals, Winners Finals, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, really strange to see these two here now, but that's the way the cookies crumbled, and yeah, this is going to be great V-Hard action today. I'm really excited for it. I hope you all are too. We're going to get super hyped for this, and we're going to get that started in just a little bit. But first, if you have played this game a little, a lot, or not at all, and you're not exactly sure, you know, just what's going on, because there's lots of explosions and things going on, allow our head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, to take a few minutes out of your day and tell you how this game works, but most importantly, how we are going to play it in this tournament.
Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in North America and Europe based on the Super Famicom game Paladopon. It was also localized and broadcast through the Super Famicom's Satellaview add-on multiple times throughout its service. Both versions are playable in this tournament. Swapping up to 2 panels in your stack at a time, match at least 3 panels of the same color horizontally or vertically to make the panels disappear. Simply matching 3, however, will not be enough to win. You need to make combos and chains to not only stop your stack's gradual rising for a short time and prevent your stack from breaking through the top of your field, but also send garbage to your opponent to force their stack to the top of their field. Make combos by matching more than 3 panels at once. The amount of time they stop rising the stack is minimal, but so is the amount of time their garbage makes the opponent's field shake. Quick wins can be achieved if you stack combo garbage correctly. Make chains by linking sets of matches together. Make one set of panels disappear and then let the panels directly above them fall into another match. Their garbage makes the opponent's field shake more, but they stop the rising stack for much longer. Forcing your opponent's stack to the top is more consistent with larger chain garbage. To beat the CPU opponents, you must either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is topped out, send so much garbage that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage in a way to make them think they can no longer make a move. Due to how combo garbage is handled in this game, this is by far the least likely scenario. In Versus mode, the easy level has 10 stages, the normal level has 11, and the levels Hard and V-Hard, as we call it, have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing each other through all of those stages to defeat the final stage as fast as they can. The player who does that first wins the race. The player who wins a predetermined number of races first wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players.
We are down to the final 4, and I thought that March Madness and all that stuff was over, but I guess it's not for our World Championship. We are down once again to our final 4. This is Losers Semifinals, and we're playing V-Hard today. You know, the best difficulty for some people. I still think normal is the best difficulty, but whatever. You know, that's neither here nor there. But it's gonna be best of 5 today. It's gonna be first to 3. Is going to take this one and move on to Losers Finals, who is going to play the loser of tomorrow's matchup between the defending champion Yoshi112 and Wizzy P. But the tournament winner is going to become the world champion and is going to get the Discord title of 2025 or TA 2025 champion. And yeah, it says top 4 finishers are going to be awarded from the prize pool, but yeah, I don't think that's the case, as we're going to look at our crowd-funded prize pool, which is sitting at a very, very healthy $531. Thank you very much to everyone who has contributed to this tournament throughout the entire year, throughout the entire season. We've been taking donations from the monthlies and even during the World Tournament. Thank you very much to all of you who have showed your support for our runners. And to just go over, we had our endless tournament last week where Yoshi won 12, defending champion, took home 4% of the pool. So, good beats there. But everyone in the top 8, including myself, who crashed and burned spectacularly again, is then going to end up 5% of the prize pool. Today, everyone's going to be playing for a top 3 slot. So it's going to be a pretty significant pay jump. So if you've got some bits, you got some Bezos money, those Prime subs, ship them our way. We would love some more support for our runners. And if we hit that $1,000 goal, every single person in the tournament will get paid out. So that would be really, really, really awesome. But let's take a look at the bracket and see what kind of destruction has been happening in this tournament. I mean, look at this. I mean, you look at the top of the winner's quarter is just like, hardly any of the top seeds got through it. It's just been a murderer's row lately it's been a who's who of puzzle, luminaries and all sorts of action. But again, Cards of the Heart, FFR Pro 21, you're expecting this to be in winners finals. You're expecting this in losers finals. You're not expecting it here. I mean, this is just the way the seeding is shaken up. And these monthly tournaments have been a really, really cool way to shake things up. But something that's also been shaken up is, like I said, the history between these two is very Dickensian in the sense that it's the oldest tale of our history. Our tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, did some checking of the tapes of the history between the two of them, and in terms of races, of official tournament sanctioned races, I don't think I had predicted before he did it. I was like, it's probably like 21-21. It's gonna be really close. Yeah, it's actually that close. It is 20-19 in Cards of the Heart's favor. That's cutting it close. That's really close. But what the biggest surprise is that it's a 6-4 match record for Cards. And Cards is actually on a 5-match win streak going back all the way to 2024 Losers Finals, which I remember watching that. I remember throwing my plushie that I didn't have at the TV. It was an incredible Losers Finals match last year. Go check that out if you haven't checked it out. It's an insta classic. But yeah, I mean, Cards has definitely had FFR's number in the monthlies, playing in 4 of them, with Cards sweeping every single one of them. There were 3 semifinal appearances and 1 finals appearance in the Pucci Open. And FFR has had some pretty tough V-hard luck, pretty tough V-hard runs. Only made it to 1 final this season in the monthlies, and like last week, he definitely popped off because he was like, yes, I finally won a V-hard race. Well, not really, because you won one earlier, but that's to get to the Pucci finals, but that's neither here nor there. But some pretty interesting statistics we've got going on here. Cards with about 850 average throughout the monthlies. A 738, very, very strong for the best finish, and a 23-12 record throughout the entire open season. Meanwhile, FFR, yikes, 5-16 with 2 DNFs. You can't be feeling good, going into this matchup and, not being able to complete and shore up those V-hard races. Even though both players are members of the Sub-7 club, very illustrious club, FFR has to feel really, really good about his performance last week, getting a 738, tying Cards' monthly open best. But I don't know what. Let's see what the chat has to say. It looks like it's a 50-50 split. Couldn't imagine that with looks like some people are voting for Cards, some people are voting for FFR. If you want the beef recommendation, if you want the uncut version, if you want how I really feel, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes 5 games. But having said that, I watched I watched my match back against Cards, and I gotta say, Cards, like I said, Cards is learning the new way. Cards is sending his attacks fast. He's, optimizing a lower chain size, sending more 8s and 9s. I feel the FFR sets up a little bit more and sends a little bit more, which, is consistent. It is consistent. But, if the RNG falls, if they both have equal RNG, I would say that Cards actually has the advantage here, with the faster sends and with the better combo setups there. So my prediction, Cards in 5. It's gonna be extremely hard fought. I think it's gonna go. I'm gonna go all the way because it's like Sports Center up in here. But I'm gonna go Cards, FFR, Cards, FFR, Cards. I think they're just gonna keep trading. I think no one's gonna break one or the other. I think it's just gonna go down to 5 games. But if it goes 4 games, I could see FFR taking the first one and then Cards taking the other 3. But you don't want to hear my musings. You don't want to hear, what I have to think about this. I think I've talked your ear off long enough, and let's get right down to the action. We've got the number 2 seed Cards of the Heart against the number 6 seed FFR Pro 21. This is losers semifinal action, and it's coming at you now. And again, I have a new computer, but I'm not gonna blow out my mic on this new computer. That's not what's gonna happen. One day I'll get my Neil Everett impression, but today is not that day. I got my Balls energy drink right here. It's delicious. It's so delicious. I'm happy for this, and looks like we got about a half-second differential here. Card starting off very early with a 2-4, 3-5. Very strong. FFR only ends up with a 3 chain. It's going to be about 1 line short. And that's mitigated basically by Cards getting a clear there. FFR's got all the backup right there. It's going to get out of there in 15. Meanwhile, Cards is going to get out with 17. And you'll notice that, Cards sent a little bit faster. And FFR tried to send a little bit less to try to mitigate that. But, Lack was able to downstack a little bit more and needed an extra line. Yeah, I don't like that setup. Okay, the stars are there. 3 chain, 4. Good send for FFR. It's got an 8 combo backup right there. Bumpty is going to start clearing on both of our players. Yeah, incidental clears right there. Both of them are experiencing a clearing pattern. Oh, Cards is 1 line short. Okay. Ooh, that was really, really close. But 20-19, we're still pretty even here going through Bumpty. That's delicious. Excellent lag chain setup here by FFR right here. And again, FFR is, if there's one thing you definitely want to watch for people, FFR is definitely the best at multitasking. FFR understands when a chain isn't gonna work out, when the chain is just not tenable, and he's just like, you know what, I'm off this. I'm gonna go do something else. And I think that his multitasking game is unrivaled in this community, as both players are essentially high-fiving each other, synced up. Wow, this is really, really close. This is the closest. Card starting his attack much earlier, and yeah, getting a lag chain right there. Going to a 5, yeah, I like breaking up those purples to, get rid of the chain extension there. Yep. Card sending very quickly and is going to get a 14, but there's an airwalk for those greens for FFR. Yeah, I saw that. That's painful. 7 combo right there. You might as well make it an 8 combo, but yeah, Cards is going to go ahead and take this early lead right now. 3-6 into a doesn't convert the 4-5. Okay, I think he was trying to be a little faster there, but it's going to be... This pillar is probably not going to hold up. Yeah, and it's going to need much more. And there's going to be a horizontal clear right there. Yikes. Okay, FFR's got the Jordan right there, completes a 9 combo, but I did not like him extending that chain. If he didn't extend that chain, it's possible that Froggy would have just clunked there with the 9 combo garbage. And Forky shouting out in the chat. What's up, Forky? What's good? Good to hear from you. You gotta get in the booth with me again, man. It was dream come true to, you know, shoot a match with you. It was awesome. Okay, Cards has a really fast combo follow-up here. Oh, this another single pillar, and again, wow, again, Cards just, he was kind of stopping and waiting right there, you know, like didn't really do anything. There's gonna be another chain here, 2-5 for Blarg, and that's gonna have enough stop time so that there's gonna be another clear. There's a 7 combo here. I don't want Cards to go for that. It's a 10 combo and a horizontal line 1 clear for FFR. Dude, there's gonna be so much combo garbage and still not topped off. Sends another 9 combo, and yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal. Oh my goodness. These opponents are really coming out of the woodwork today. I think Cards took a little bit too long to set up that 8 combo. You know, by the time he sent it, it was basically 4 seconds on the clock, and yeah, that's enough time for Fish to downstack and, you know, make it so that he needs to send more lines. Gets the backup in time. Gonna get out of there under 20 seconds for a 19. Just so many clears here. Let's see if FFR's got him topped off. Clunk. Oh, the greens. Ooh, very close. Very close. It's gonna make up a second on Cards, and you know, you definitely want to make sure that you shore up your game before you get to the cave, you know, because you can get some pretty decent times before the cave. And sub 5 is what we're looking for from both of these runners. We're not gonna get that this run, but you know, we're hoping to see it in future runs going forward. What is up with all of these airwalking opponents? Are they playing PvP right now? Newsy, are you teaching these enemies how to airwalk and clear stuff? Shoutouts to the PvP community. You know who you are. We love you. Cards is gonna escape. Oh, barely gonna escape. Is gonna lag that out for a 39, but FFR is gonna get into the cave about 5:32. Meanwhile, Cards is gonna get in there about 5:40. And this is where the runs come to live or die right here. The cave is make or break time. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, the drop 3-5. That's beautiful. That was excellent. It was excellent work from FFR right there. Downstack, clunk. 15-second hook bill. Bang. There we go. Card sending a decent attack is gonna follow up with a 9 combo, and yeah, hook bill's gonna get an incidental 4 combo. Gonna downstack here. That's gonna be too much. Yep, 22. Good stuff, but FFR is gonna continue padding that lead. Gonna gain 7 seconds on that hook bill. Okay, there's a 5 combo to be had there, but goes for the 7 combo. Ooh, lag chain. I thought that was gonna be a 7, the double 7, the Yuki special, but goes ahead and avoids that. Gonna set up a 10 combo right there. Very nicely done. As long as Plant is gonna stop chaining. This jiggle is way too much. That jiggle is way too much. There's gonna be, oh wow, Plant just, you know, incidentally cleared out of that chain that was gonna happen. There's the combo garbage. Clunk. Very good. Yeah, combo garbage, the reason why you want to optimize that is there's less screen shake, there's less jiggle that happens. So, you know, while the screen's jiggling, the enemies can't die. And we want them to go down, like Cards did with that 23 Plant. Had to utterly crush him with 10 lines of garbage. I mean, it's better to me, like it's better than, you know, letting them just continue to go. And I would rather have a 24, 25 second stage that that ends in a crush than, you know, some of these other stages we've been having. But FFR really, you know, beefed that opening attack there. Cards is gonna take advantage there with that 18. Yeah, FFR is gonna have to rebuild here. Okay, K-Mech is off center. Oh, there we go, 33. Yeah, so Okay, we're really, really close. Countdown, let's see. Cards is going to start this at about 8:04, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Goes for the Yuki special, starts off with a 7 combo. Another 7 combo, yeah, completes the Yuki special. And FFR is going to start about 8:15, so we've got about an 8-second differential here. What's all these 7 combos? Jeez. Unbelievable. And time. Whoa! Oh, and that is an 8:26 for both players. Yeah, we're going to have to check the tapes on that one. That is a banger of a start. Oh my god. We were essentially synced for the entire race. I mean, we saw it from Wiggler, you know, just... Man. I mean, this match... I mean, these two players, you know, I talked to both of them. They were a little nervous about how their play was going to be, and I don't think any of them are nervous now. I think both of them are gotta be very happy. I mean, especially in this level, you know, you want these 8:30 times. You want these 2x times. You want to be competitive. This is what it takes. These times are what it takes to succeed at the highest level of this game. So, I've got some final times. So FFR finished, let's see. FFR finished with an 8:26.09. We got that really, really close. Cards of the Heart ended with an 8:25.67. So by less than half a second, Cards of the Heart is going to take game number 1 and the first star in this crazy start to this match. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get game 2 set up. It's only going to take me a couple seconds. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, we're going to game 2. For you lovely Twitch people, you get to hear more of my my dumb musings. So, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get out of here for the race room, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get counted down. We're getting these out. We're banging these out. You know. Yeah, game 2 is coming at you. There's my Neil Everett. There you go. Let's go. Blatro does come for everyone eventually. That's a shoot. Okay, FFR are taking a little bit extra time to set up the 8 combo. You know, Card's just sending pretty quickly. He's gonna have two 6 combo pieces at the back end. Okay, he's got 1 pillar is gonna be good. And whoa, FFR is super short. I think FFR needs to send another chain because this is gonna be a 3 chain from Black. I think the time to send little combos is gone. Okay, Lack. You know, you proved me wrong. Sure, fine, be that way. Good 6 combo there is gonna start in 2 seconds. I think Cards was looking for the lag chain set up there and just didn't quite resolve it. But yeah, it looks like Bumpty's gonna get in a clearing pattern. Is gonna D-pillar and gonna get that clear. FFR didn't have anything on the back end for that chain right there, and yeah, it's gonna be 1 line short. It's gonna have the stars align, and Bumpty's gonna keep clearing here. Meanwhile, Cards is gonna get out with a 17. There's gonna be or 20, excuse me. There's another clear, and I don't think FFR has enough on here. Oh, just barely has it. But man, double 27s. That's not the start you're looking for. That's not the start you're looking for. I don't know about this setup from Cards. It took him about 6 seconds to get this fired off, but there's gonna be one. Whoa! It looked like Poochie was airwalking that. Was like, yo, I got that. But is digging a hole out of here really quickly. Meanwhile, FFR, yeah, gonna send another chain here. Knows he doesn't have enough. Okay, there we go. That's a much better stage. FFR is going to gain some time on Cards right there. All right, let's see what Cards has got cooking over here. Do you smell what the Cards is cooking? 3-4. This is like good combos. And you know, something I want to talk about also. Ooh, with this 11 seconds. Recognizing when you only have 1-4 combo in your send, you know, because we talk a lot about I talk a lot in the pit about optimum combo percentage, you know, like what does that look like? Well, basically what that means is you want to be sending combos that stack correctly. You know, you want to be doing that. And you want to be sending combos that don't jiggle the screen very much. So what does that look like? Well, 8 and 9 combos are obviously the gateway to power, as I famously say, because they send 2 lines at a time. But you want to make sure that all the pieces stack well. And trying to make it so that you only have 1-4 combo in your initial send so that it stacks very well makes it so that 5 combos are actually very, very prized. And, you know, something you should be striving for as it stacks really well. The screen shake is pretty minimal. You know, and optimizing those kinds of patterns and optimizing those sends really, really important in order to level up your Tetris attack and overall panel game, you know, acumen. But Cards is gonna get out of Blarg at 333. Nice. Ah, that's not nice. Wow, FFR has been doing a lot of frame perfect tricks. Very, very strong that he's able to get those, but it's unfortunate that there's positions here where, you know, that's exactly what he's having to do. Oh, please tell me you have enough. Oh no, it comes to purples. Okay. Oh no, and Cards is gonna feel the pain too with the slow burn. Did not get the slow burn in time, but there might be a chain. Yep. That's gonna give Fish some extra stop time. Gonna go all the way for the blues? No. Very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. But yeah, Cards is gonna have essentially a half-stage lead going into Raven. And this Fish is extremely low. I think FFR needs to send another chain here. Yeah. Yep, there's a 3 chain right there. Yep. There's gonna be another clear horizontal greens here. Oh my god. Well, there's not that much left, and as long as FFR is sent enough on the back end, he's gonna be fine. They're just gonna airwalk those reds. Okay, didn't airwalk the reds, but a crushed Fish at 455. Yeah, that's, you know, to quote the famous ski instructor from South Park, if you exit Fish at 455, you're gonna have a bad time. That's not true. I think the cave actually determines if you're going to have a bad time. But Cards is gonna get into the cave, gonna exit Raven at about 517. He's got the driver's seat right now. And again, man, FFR is just continuing to drop a lot of these chains and not sending enough here. I'm gonna send a backup 5 chain here. I like the backup 5 chain. I love the 19. I like the adjustment there from FFR to, you know, send a little bit extra. And those are you know, those are forky, or excuse me, those are foxy strats right there. If you recognize that you don't have enough, you know, and you're maybe like 2-3 lines short, just send another chain. Just send another chain. But we're gonna stop with the coffee talk right here. As we're getting into the cave. Cards is gonna exit Hookbill at exactly 6 minutes. Meanwhile, Hookbill is chaining on FFR and is and this has been the story for FFR. You know, he has been not topping these opponents off, and it's been the biggest difference in capital letters. It's been the biggest difference in this match. And again, this is the big thing. You know, you have to be able to top these opponents off. If you're not doing that, you're just giving cave opponents enough time to get to stuff. And that's just, it's not tenable at this point, you know, to have a decent time. Yeah, and FFR is going to have to crush Hookbill at 49 seconds. And another crush! Man, another crush. Cards is going to get out of plant at 32, but Cards is going to take a one-stage lead going into K-Mech. Man. I had to take a drink of my beverage. This is some crazy stuff going on right now. Beautiful lag chain from FFR. Going to get a 5-6 there. Sends a backup 8 combo. Understands the jiggle is not going to happen. Whoa! And dueling excellent stages. FFR gets a 16 on play, but Cards with a 12 K-Mech is going to exit there about 729, 730, and with a pretty good Bowser, is on sub 8 pace. Can actually make this happen. Let's take a look at Cards, see what he can muster. Yep, I appreciate the 8 combo setup, but almost messes it up. You know, recovers there, but only sends a 3 chain, is, you know, really low on combos. Yep. And there goes the sub 8, but not the race. So let's see if he can get there. Whoa, I guess I did speak that into existence. Wow. As FFR is, again, 1 line short. Yep, the hearts are going to be there. Ugh. Yeah. That's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker. Man. Unbelievable there. But, yeah, Cards with an 801. And, you know, FFR is going to take a DNF there. So, by tournament regulations, his time is going to be the winning time plus 5 minutes. And Cards is taking a 2-0 lead. Wow, this is extremely dominant. Extremely dominant. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's get some game 5s up in here. Come on, FFR, you got this. You gotta love the sync. You gotta love the sync. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yep, really good lag chain there from Cards, and his understanding that, you know, the enemy is just really, really, really low. Ooh, gonna be 1 line short there. Gonna get the greens. FFR is gonna gather with a 13. Very, very nice bounce back. Excellent stage there. No chains from the combo garbage. Cards gonna gather with 24, but, you know, 11 seconds, you know, that's doable. That's doable. Okay, yeah, I think you need to go to at least a 7. Okay, yeah, because there weren't. Okay, yeah, there's like 3 pillars here. I just saw that, you know, FFR didn't send, maybe sent 1 combo garbage block, but you know, ends up getting there with a 16. Very, very nice. Cards has got 3 pillars right there for Bumpty to D pillar. Gonna get a 14 to make up a couple seconds on FFR. Okay, 6 combo right here. Oh wow, I did not see that. Nice 5-4 to finish it. I saw a 7 there. Could have swapped the hearts for an 8. Ooh, and you saw FFR, if he did not complete that 7 combo right there, the panels, like, when you're losing your stack health, when you or your opponent are about ready to die, it looks like they kind of breathe a little. They'll go. That's when you know that you're almost out of stop time, and you're about to, you know, take a death there. But, you know, FFR, whoa, yeah, FFR completes that 7 combo, and, you know, gets Poochie down, and is unfortunately going to be 1 line short again. And man, that's the story of this match. Excellent slide there from Cards to complete that chain, but it's going to be a couple lines short here. And even though he sends that 6 combo, is, you know, gonna get that garbage clear, is not gonna get to that in time. Gonna get back up 8 combo. Ooh, and these oh wow, these combo blocks are gonna fall. This is a troll. Jeez, and still not topped off. And there's the blues are gonna come over. Nope, 36 seconds, but yeah, these enemies do not know how to chain. In V-Hard, they do not know how to chain until you get to the cave. They don't know how to make skill chains. So any incidental chains that happen is just just bad luck. It's just the arrangement of the blocks is what makes it happen. Super unfortunate. But yeah, FFR is gonna take it. Okay, yeah, Froggy's gonna D-pillar cards again. And one line short again. Gonna get to those greens, yeah, and that's gonna make FFR extend his lead even further. Got at least a stage lead right now. Okay, now he's gonna get out of there, and Cards is gonna make up a little bit of time, you know, especially with this Blarg that's just not going down. FFR just needs to send another chain here, because what's gonna happen is, you know, look, yeah, Blarg's in a clearing pattern right now, and yeah, Blarg's gonna get to that clear, and these are all gonna be panels that come down, so you don't know if anything's gonna chain, and there's no chain garbage that's buffering the resolution of these. So yeah, FFR is in a really bad clearing pattern right now, and he needs to just send a big chain block to protect this combo garbage, and that's just not happening. Wow, a 1 minute Blarg. Ugh. I'm sorry, man. That's brutal. And Cards is, you know, Cards is taking advantage of it. Has taken the lead right back. But Cards is extremely low here. Like the Yin Yang twins, you know, Lungefish has gotten low. All right, 21 seconds getting out of Fish. Yeah. Another chain off of FFR's Fish. Okay, Fish got greedy there, was going for a 5 combo, but yeah, any stage under 20 seconds for Blarg, Fish, Raven, you gotta love it. And I even take a 25. Personally, like, I beat myself up really bad about this game, but I take 25s at Raven. I take 25s at Fish. I'm okay with it. This pillar on Cards' Raven is really, really strong. Yep, it's going to be an 18 right there, and it looks like looks like Cards is going to get out of here at about 522. Going to exit Raven at 522. And again, FFR is 1 line short. No incidental chain, so that 4 combo block is going to finish it for Raven. I mean, you're not out of this, FFR. You're not out of this. I think you're down, looks like about less than 20 seconds, and that's a whole you know, cave stage right there. Yep, and yep, Hookbill's gonna start chaining right now. I was gonna be shocked if Hookbill got to that. Okay. Forky, I don't know if you saw that. That looked like Hookbill did a double swap to get that clear, that incidental clear. That was really strange. But 25 seconds coming out of Hookbill right there. Not topped off again. Oh man. And then all these panels are gonna resolve. There's gonna be a chain here. Yep, and with that incidental clear, yeah, Hookbill's gonna go all the way to second tier, start clearing it, and yeah, FFR just again needs to send another chain to block this combo garbage from being resolved earlier. Oh my god. And what? Okay. Well, as my so I watch a lot of Magic the Gathering coverage, right? I love Magic the Gathering, and I'm you know, like, I'm a big person of history. You know, I love the history of games. I love the history of, like, tournament scenes. And there's somebody, you know, like, I'm sure people have heard this saying that I say, you know, and is a very famous player that I've always followed, and he has a saying. You know, he was in the finals of a Pro Tour qualifier, and he had a really good deck, and he was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna play the finals. I'm not doing it. And he's like, and his friend was like, why are you not playing the finals? Why are you not wanting to do this? And he looked at him and he said, you know what? Sometimes you just need to let the game know who plays who. And yeah, FFR definitely took matters into his own hands. And yeah, we're gonna watch Cards finish this up here. This is gonna be quite a lame Bowser going on. So let's see what we can resolve here. Okay, Bowser's gonna start chaining here. Incidental clear here. So is Bowser topped off? Yes, he is. Motion denied. So yeah. So let's go ahead and let's recap what happened here, Jerry. FFR made the ultimate choice of letting the game know who plays who, and was like, I'm done with that. And Cards ends up getting an 838 for Game 3. And once again, by tournament rules, it's going to be +5 for FFR, so FFR takes a 1338. But that means that Cards, with 3 very consistent times, takes Game 3 and takes the win. And I feel for you, FFR. Real talk, I was getting really pissed last night. I was in the salt mines with Wizzy P and Cards, and I got a 720, which was dope, but then the game was not being nice to me. The game said no talking, and that's kind of what the game did. The game basically said no talking, and I love you, man. And it's a really, really tough loss. I totally know how you feel, and we say goodbye to our current Pokemon Puzzle League defending world champion FFR Pro, getting 4th place in this tournament, but we gotta give a shout out. So let's do that right now. With a 3-0 sweep, Cards of the Heart takes down FFR Pro 21, guarantees a top 3 slot, and moves on to Losers Finals, where he will be playing the loser of tomorrow's matchup between Yoshi 112 and Wizard Person, or Wizzy P, or the artist formerly known as Tayman ND, or whatever you want to call him, a lover of Baconators? Who's to say? But yeah, that happened. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the bracket. Yeah, Cards going through 3 straight. I mean, I called Cards to win 5, but that's just the way the game is played. And we've got Cards of the Heart in the news desk with me right now. We got in the commentators booth. Let me get my stuff ready. Cards, talk to me about that win. Talk to me about what you're feeling, and talk to me about your preparation for this match.
Yeah, I will say that was quite the seesaw of emotions there for me in that match. From that game 1 being as competitive as it was like down to a half second. It was ridiculous how close that was. And then game 2, I started seeing FFR getting all these garbage clears, and I just couldn't help but feel for him the entire time, because I've been in those kinds of situations where you think you do everything right, and then the game rewards you by clearing garbage and making chains. Like Beefin, you spoke to us playing together in the community races last night. Like, I probably had as many low 8-minute runs as I did like 10, 12-minute runs. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
It just happens to a lot of people all over the place. Even Yoshi, our defending champion, has the occasional clunker or two, and to have those chips fall where so many of the bad times come in tournament play, it's unreal to see the record that FFR has had in V-Hard play this season, because I know he's a lot better than that. I know he's capable of a lot better than that, and some of it is definitely on the timing being unfortunate. The timing is the hardest thing to judge, and figuring that out is definitely one of the biggest pieces of tech to figure out at the highest level. I'm not 100% on it yet. Even today, I kind of had the blinders on to what the opponent was doing most of the time. I couldn't see many of the opponents when they were reloading their stack after their usual clearing pattern. I don't think my execution was all that great today, and that's kind of wild, saying how my slowest time today was an 8:38. It's kind of I did not think I played that as well as I could have. I don't think I played that as well here as I did against you, Beefin, but I guess the game just decided that it was enough today. Like I try to do some training in between these matches. Like just this past Wednesday, I started by looking at reviewing the tape between our match, Beef, and I tried to take away what I could from that match into this one. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more artistry than science to this speed run, and I seem to play better just playing by vibes. Like if a certain strategy is not fitting the vibe check with me, I find myself not playing it. But I'm it's not that I'm not coming around to like the new way of shorter chains and more combos. That's been the way this speedrun has trended for almost 20 years. Like if you go back to Speed Demo's archive, if you go back to Iron Knuckles' original SDA submission in 2007, then go to Darkwing Duck in like 2009 or such, and then Cypher in 2010 when he got his 806 V-Hard run, which it seems wild that 806 would be the standard for such a long time. But throughout that history, it's just been shorter chains and more combos, and there gets to be a limiting factor in your cursor speed and how much you're able to get to. So I'll try that way. I'll try to shorten my chains up and make those numerous combos. But I think you pointed out a few times, Beef, and I did take a little too long to get a few stages started, and I'm still trying to find that balance between finding the best combo to stack garbage and the fastest combo to stack garbage. That balance is definitely something that I'm continuing to struggle with, and I feel like I'm gonna need more of that going forward, especially like I'm expecting Wizard Person to fall to me, and that's gonna be a really tough loss to avenge. But Yoshi could just as easily fall to me in Losers Finals, and that would be kind of a nightmare. Both of those matchups are kind of nightmarish. We're dealing with like the cream of the crop at the end here, Beef. Every matchup is really scary.
Yeah, it's really scary. And to kind of echo your point, I mean, like, Game 5 last year between you two in Losers Finals, there was a lot of, those one more line situations, and that was kind of a blowout for FFR, like to win Game 5 over you. So yeah, like it's the one more line scenario, TM, can happen to anybody, even when you send correctly. Like, it's all about, like, making sure that you've got a backup, making sure that you've got combos, and just sometimes it doesn't work out. And I feel like out of everyone in this field that has played this year, FFR has felt it the hardest. I mean, you've seen his V-Hard record. You've seen, what happened today. It's just, this game is just brutal. This game does not care who you are. This game does not care what you've done. It will do whatever, whenever. That's why it's hot. But once again, shout outs to FFR, and shout outs to him for gifting 2,500 bits. And hey, man, you don't have to worry about what you did, man. I feel you. I feel you, man. Like, last night when I was in the salt mines and I got a 1013, I was like, I'm not even saying goodbye to everybody. I'm just leaving. I love both those guys. I don't care. I need to go. I need to get out of here. I feel that. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's wrap up. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's wrap up today. It's been one hell of a day. It's been one hell of a match, and it's been really, really awesome to see two of the best in the world, two of the people in the sub 7 club showing us what it's all about. Cards, any final thoughts? Talk to us.
Oh, man, I feel like Tetris Attack was the big winner today. The game really did claim a very strong player in FFR Pro today. I hope there are some lessons that can be taken from what happened today, and hopefully we'll just use it to fuel a drive to do even better. Like we know the heights that the people can get to at the highest level, and hopefully these tournaments will fuel us to do a little bit better, and especially if the prize pools continue to go up as they are now with FFR Pro making the pool $556 out of our final $1,000 goal. That is pretty exciting, and not gonna lie, the cash at the end of the day will make things sting a little bit less, but it's still going to hurt at the end of the day. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us. Be sure to tune in the same time tomorrow, where we are going to have our winners finals matchup with the defending champion Yoshi 112 and Wizard Person. That should be very closely contested. I mean Wizard Person was in the salt mines racing with us last night, and he was putting up some really, really good times. So if he puts up like half the times that he got in that session last night, then Yoshi, watch out. That's all I'm going to say about that. But for the Beefin 314 and everyone at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards of the Heart, and until next time, everyone, happy puzzling.
Peace.